the fool. Okay, so every journey starts with the fool. Okay, that's your dot in the middle of the unity consciousness circle. Okay, now I'm going to quickly talk about phenomenon, right? Homer Odysseus, Alice Looking Glass. Okay, what is Alice Looking Glass? In space, there was a mere fragment of water droplets catching light, and it was aware of itself echoing back. That is the looking glass effect, okay? But there's also the times 9 and it's shrunken by 9. It's very important for understanding the Joseph Campbell's Heroine quest and the journey with the pi and pi, whatever. So that would be the Mad Hatter, the Queen of Hearts, and the Cheshire Cat, and the journeys of understanding the concept of what they were trying to show us in between the lines. Okay, for instance, Carol says that Alice's great quality is in her curiosity. It echoes, dot echo bravo. You understand? What sacred says, philosopher is curious. Alice Little, daughter of the dean, it offered who was Dodgerson's superior. She's a Fibonacci rabbit hole. You understand? It's Alice falling down the rabbit hole, shrunken 9 times, descended of Blue Laden, Sophia, or Mary the Red Garnet, descendant of them. So if you understand that everything starts with the caterpillar, Alice in Wonderland. Why did she keep on painting the roses red? That is the Chiron wounded healer that didn't heal. He was in part they went dark in part. You understand? That's why it's sacred to do the inner work. Okay, so that's Alice's. Now Hatter is the masculine side. And if you go to the Hatter, he had a 10 to 6 on his hat. It is the ratio of Sophia Garment, the bell in space. It is that ratio 10 to 6. And if we go to the star Johannes Kepler, it means Hatter or Pan, Hatter, or Pazuzu. That is in a reference to the 10.6 microns or lower than that, the pascals, and the 1.6666 frequency or whatever numerology is very important in that. But I'm not going to go into details of that. It's not necessary. I'm just trying to get the starting point for we get your starting point. You understand? Your full journey is within to awaken and forgive, and to process and to expand. Now, once again, this very important the Mad Hatter. He's a sacred trickster. He's basically the dreamer that dreams a universe and then lives within his dream in the universe. And he can never awake as a celestial. Only as a micron we can experience fragments to get consciousness awareness of a part of the celestial former self. Let's say it like that. So let's quickly go to Hatter. And we say Hatter is Pan, and he's setting the table, tea time table. The tea time table was originally coded 1 to 9 in numbers, okay, and then 0 again. So what is the 9 elements? Silica, silver, plasma, and then your crystals and your normal water, fire, those elements. So it comes up to 9 if you work it out with the Epheros system. Now that was the original elementary table, and it was removed for the more modern version of Jesus and the Last Supper. But the Last Supper is basically like the mandala A and mandala B. It's parallel in the numbers, but let's stay on the pan Arcadian system, because it's a Arcadian virtual virtue, right? We live in a hologram, and as a player in my own game, okay, most people play these VR goggles and play games to escape from a game that they're already playing, because they don't realize that they're playing a game already. And the game is to grow soul and grow spirit and grow will. Now that's 3 different things. Okay? Don't think spirit is soul and it's not soul. 3 different things. And as Pinocchio was a wooden craft willow tree that was alive like a puppet master, like a voodoo doll. I'd say a voodoo doll. You got the puppet on the string, Pinocchio. He wasn't a real boy, but he wanted to have a consciousness. So Pinocchio, meaning third eye, pineal gland, he was made into a real boy. Peter Moot used voodoo, the red, blood, blue, soul, spirit, water, okay, and a lot of mud, etc., etc. So I'm not going to go into the details. And it crafted a moot vessel, your body, okay, and your mom carried it for 9 months. That doesn't mean that the being is consciousness awake, or that the being actually has a spirit or soul. You can have a demon on you. You could sell your soul. A lot of people, they're not even awake. So there's different categories in that perception section discernment. I'm not here to put anybody down on this pointing reference. Okay? As you go into a plasma angelic side, then you become more mono. You can monad, speak uh, arc that energetically charges the atom on a nucleus, nuclei, and you can make materia manifest into a solid just by your mind over matter, because cosmos is mental. Okay, so that's where your fool's journey starts with. Any masculine or phenomenon is to understand the whole concept of how the spirit was working, and Hollywood that they put in your face, but they still keep it blind to the truth. Okay, so the fool. I am free. I am the beginning of the end. I am the beginning of the end. Alpha and Omega. You understand? It's a male and female journey. And Hatter is for the rebirth alpha. The woman is supposed to do it for her, and men, and then vice versa. Alice in Wonderland is the men must also do it and understand, even the other ones. So don't think because you just watched what that Tin Man and Alice in Wonderland and those things that you do and get the picture. What was Tin Man about? Tin Man wanted to get a heart, right? And I wanted to get courage and so Willow, the wisp. Willow lost Lyra, a golden heart, okay, and became a swan because Zeus tricked him. Took his staff, took his lyra, took his chariot cherubim, and as I say, transformed him. Okay. When Willow came to the understanding of what he's done and what he's lost, let's say Rebus Odin took a rope and put it around a tree. But the problem is the ages. The tree started rotting before he could, like, you know what I mean, decompose. And every time the branches would break, and he would necromancy himself back. And eventually he found the willow tree. And the willow tree doesn't break under pressure. It grows next to the water, it can hold floods, can hold winds, can even hold deserts. And like I said, the willow doesn't break. So if you are going to will the mustard seed to do anything, remember that Odin hung himself for 9 years on the willow tree to get clarity, get wisdom. The moral of the story is you have to forgive yourself for any flaws that you think you have, or anything that you think you have done wrong in your life. You haven't done nothing wrong in your life unless you deliberately hurt somebody. That's different. Talking about, anyway, I'm sure that those who get it will get it. So, right, sharing the microcosm, cosmo egg. Cygnus had a golden egg, a rebus. And that egg, Humpty Dumpty, fell off the wall, but he got up again, you know. Eventually, the crack got so much, the dragon serpent has to crack open, and new metamorphosis, symbiosis, genosis has to form to go through that process as like Odin hanged himself to change metaphorically into a newer perception. It's very easy to live in the past, you know, past. Blame yourself, blame other people, victim mentality, get lost in emotion. It's very easy to do that. It's also easy to get lost in chasing dreams of what could be tomorrow. Always living in the future. But there's a great balance to be found in the presence of the moment. Yeah, it's just my dog. Okay. Anyway, so to the present moment, you have been born absolute. You can heal yourself, right? The flesh can grow and can heal itself. So there's nothing that the body can't do. The mind is mental cosmos. So virtually, you are creator of your own universe. And that is a 14th octave, 14-dimensional universe, because it's 7 above, 7 below. Yeah, I'm not going to go into that either. So as we progress, or the more videos I'm going to make, it's a reminder to do the inner work, because nothing external should dictate or control your presence. Right? If it does, then you've lost control, and that's dangerous. I used to let people manipulate me, and I eventually looked like a monster because I played the role so good. I was predictable, gullible, and yeah, if you emotionally care, you respond emotionally with passion, right, to your own downfall. So know when to respond, know when to observe. It's a safe place to take or not take, see or don't see. But in the long run, like I said, if the fool wants to become the star of the Chiron healers journey, it has to be integrated into a unity conscious. And one person can dominate a domino effect or start the effect. But it takes a general collective to do the mass, and you can't save anybody else. So if you really want to help somebody or help other people, start with yourself. Can't help other people. You think you can help somebody else? There's a saying, you're gonna buy him a bread. Tomorrow you're gonna be hungry, he's gonna be begging for the bread again. To teach him how to fish, you can craft his own meal. So if you want to help, you must understand the wisdom that it takes to help. Because most people think they want to help, but they cause more harm than they actually do well. Even wisdom, great wisdom comes with a great cost. Yeah. scoffed. And Solomon fish had to be eaten to get that wisdom. Or the burning bush of Zion had to be hit by lightning to give us the wisdom to our guidance. Yeah, it's Mary St. James. Think about it. The essential being is in the plant. You smoke it, it integrates with your cannabinoid receptors. So it's opening up and buzzing high. But if you drink alcohol, it's a spirit, it's a demon. The alchemist made it in his lab, that voodoo, and now you're drinking it. You're shrinking your cannabinoid receptors, doing more harm than doing good. Magic mushrooms, they grow the neural pathways in your head. They grow the nerves that you don't shake. Your own health can be substituted to just plant wisdom, not pharmaceutical wisdom. Doctors don't save you. They prolong it. They bypass the receptors. They don't heal, because a cured patient isn't a profitable business. I think Yahweh has money, or Yahweh cares about money, or God, or Jia, or whatever you want to say, Allah, the God, whatever, how you perceive God. You think God needs that. There's no logic in that. That is a dictator's control, how to manipulate the masses. We all are equal, are we not? If we're here on a trial to do Earth School, how can the archons do this to your soul? You're a free will spirit, but you have an archon system that's controlling you. Saturn system, Three of Cups. So it's Neptune, Pluto, and Saturn that control the triangle. And plutonium, uranium, and then I'm the Godhead, the Hierophant. Once again, left brain, left eye, right eye is in the center. He is not scale. It's not the negative, not the positive, it's the neutral. It's the whole scale. And if you look at the cup, there's two fish in the cup. One fish, he jumps out the water to devour the moon because he devours everything. And the other fish, he's just swimming doing his own little thing. You understand? So you put those two fishes in a cup, and you have yin and yang. That cup has Hatter. Hatter never drank that tea. Never. Now once in Alice in Wonderland does he drink his own tea. He's the bearer that carries the mut vessel under holy water. He doesn't drink it. So he brings it to the people in the desert that long for the wisdom. Okay? Same with the scales. Yes? Don't judge. don't label. As soon as you label or judge something, you can destroy your whole blessing because you judge it. How do you know what the book is? Because you judge the cover of it. So here we go. The yin and yang. Thank you to my friend that did this for me. Yin and yang. Okay? You're basically the whole. But when you're cut, take that tea from the water and you pour it out. Is that cup empty? No, it's not. The space is still there. The volume and the density on a translucent scale has changed, yes? But if you look into the cup at a right angle, your face will reflect on the water. So technically, the cup is never empty. You are the cup. I am the room. Nothing in this room matters, materializes, if it's not for the person who governs it. So do not mount or covet. Do not covet any mounts that's not yours. Okay? There's a lot of things going on in the world. Religion wars. They don't understand. There was 88 books written that all say comes from one. One. So why is religion killing each other? Why is dictators controlling the masses? You understand? This world is not right, and it starts with ourselves. Change starts with ourselves. If we don't like what our government is doing, don't work with the government, because you're basically guilty as you are. So I think things working a little bit better. The tablet, you understand? So I've got a lot of wisdom that I can share, but the beholder has to be open to not be triggered by what I say, but learn from it. Because if I say all religion becomes one, there's already half an argument all going on, because religion don't like that. And if I say that women and men are equal, or women are basically divine goddesses, the masculine's going to go, oh, and lose their ego. And you understand? So, once again, it comes down to the person who lives in their own universe. Blue diamond, voice chakra, goes with the solar chakra, right? Always speak truth, don't lie. As soon as you lie, the tone is off, and your throat chakra closes up, and basically you're just another goat, another sheep. Person who speaks the truth. Truth will always come. And take years later. Don't take pride in what he says, or take recognition. Just stand up for the truth and say what it is that needs to be said. At the end of the day, we can That's cosmology, mythology, religion, whatever control us, dictate us. Even these tarot cards, I can hocus pocus, mirror smoke, whatever. Tell you a little story, you're gonna get this, and this is gonna happen. And if you believe me, then you're a fool because you already gave your power away. You are the creator. Right? So this is about empowering yourself, learning yourself, because the spark is within yourself. And there's no difference between Yahweh or normal humanoid. One has soul, one doesn't have soul, but at the end of the day, it's a mere fragment. So ye carry also divine codes. It's in the sun, it's in the photonic system, pattern recognition. Even shadow has pattern recognition. Not, it's not that difficult to figure out. So, the fool, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? How are we going to create it? Does it help we're going to stress about it? No. Does it help we cry about it? No. So how do you become a star or hermit or get the overview? Huh? The overview. That way of doing it, and there's that way of doing it, and then together there's another way of doing it. Great fun. You can get this and this to work in unity together. You can do a lot of things, but most of us are like me grabbing with my right hand or left brain, or the other way around, yin and yang. Depends. But you can work on the if you normally right-handed, do things with your left hand. It teaches your brain to become more dependent on the other side of the brain, not just use one side of the brain. In other words, you're creating neuron pathways, neurodivergent pathways. It goes the opposite ways. Because if we can only go forward, if we know where we came from and what is the point of being here, can't go forward if the whole world is asleep. The blind leading the blind. The sleeper must awaken. Let's quickly go before I end. The opicus, the serpent, with his feathers. Those feathers is the Mars feather. He's our pet serpent. Okay? So, yeah, he can also become a dragon, but that's one of his shapes. That's the Kundalini energy on your spine. It climbs the 33 vertebra, Jacob's ladder, and gives you ointment into your cup. That's if you don't masturbate or, use that Kundalini energy for something else. It pressurizes and go back up the spine. And that is pure enlightenment, actually. That is the Holy Grail. But most of us, we think about one thing only, and small things amuse a small mind. I mean, look at what the world's becoming. It's all because of one thing only: money and sex, drugs, etc. One big party up in here. So anyway, that's me. I'm gonna say off. Goodbye. Enough for now. Fool's journey. Golden age is gonna start. What are you gonna do with your new book? Yeah, you can have these old books, or you can have a brand new book. God's giving you a brand new book. Write your own life in it. And if you fuck it up, tomorrow's another page. Don't hold on to it. Don't tear it out. Keep it. It's memories. Yeah? Because that's why we came here, is to make the best of it. Even if we go through hell, let's make the best of it. If I tell you my life, you'll be flipping shocked where I got my wisdom from. Didn't get it out a lucky packet, how to earn it. Anyway, 36, 31 should probably take like a couple of hours to upload. So if you did listen to all that, I appreciate it. Good luck with the rebirth, 22 alphabet. Alright? The what? Nemesis. Star Polaris. There's 2 poles. Yeah? Make sure that your ether consciousness, Etheros, Bardos, Logos, Eros, network is processing correctly. And yeah, it's a blissful nirvana of a life we have. I shouldn't even be here, and I am. I should be dead. Like, literally dead. But I'm here. So, yeah. I'm gonna stay and is behind your seat of your soul. Earth star or soul star? Yeah, we need material, physical stuff. We do need it to ground ourselves into a experience, but we don't have to solve ourselves, or there is more than enough of everything in this universe. That no, we don't need to be like that. So catch you on the flip side. Okay. And yeah, blue is for the stone star of destiny, my star of destiny, right?